Hi, my name is Schaefer Reese. For this debate, I'm defending the Pandemus imperator species. This species is more commonly known as the emperor scorpion.
Hi, my name is Renee Townsend, and I will be defending the species Pepsis grossa, more commonly known as the tarantula hawk.
The topic of debate is who would win in a fight between the emperor scorpion and the tarantula hawk. So the emperor scorpion is considered to be one of the largest scorpions in the world, averaging around 20 centimeters in length and weight of about 30 grams. Being a scorpion, they are in the order Scorpionus under the class Arachnida. This means they have 8 legs total and 8 eyes, making them a distant cousin of the spider. Their bodies are shiny black color and have 2 very large pedipalps or pincers in the front and a long tail ending with a stinger. Emperor scorpions have been around for 300 million years and have stayed fairly consistent throughout this time with a lifespan of 5 to 8 years. They are typically found in hot, humid forest areas and are native to West Africa. They normally reside in burrows and can be found living under leaves, forest debris, steam banks, or in the mounds of termites. They sometimes live collectively and can be found in large numbers in human environments. Male emperor scorpions are very territorial and will fight to the death, spending much of their time looking for females to mate with. When hunting, they may rest in a burrow and wait until prey comes and ambush it, or they actively hunt their prey. They are nocturnal animals and are rarely active before nightfall. Emperor scorpions benefit human environments because they prey on insects and arachnids. They also have a positive economic benefit for humans as they are very popular in pet trade and are used in movies because of their incredible stature. Their venom was also studied because it is abundant in multiple interesting peptides. A molecule in their venom called scorpine can be isolated from the venom and has anti-malarial and antibacterial qualities. They can sting humans with their stingers, but their stings are mild and not fatal to humans. A couple of unique characteristics of the emperor scorpion are that bigger ones rarely use their stingers to kill their prey. Rather, they use their massive claws to crush their prey. Younger and smaller ones will rely on the stinger more often. The scorpions pre-digest their food before eating it by secreting digestive enzymes that liquefy their prey. They do not need water since they get all they need from their food and can slow their metabolism in times of famine.
Okay, I'm gonna start my timer. The tarantula hawk is a spider wasp and primarily preys on tarantulas. They're among the largest wasps out there and can grow as long as 5 centimeters, which converts to roughly 2 inches. Their bodies have a steel blue color and their wings a burnt orange shade, similar to the look of rust. These distinct colors of the tarantula hawk serve as a warning to other insects that they deliver a poisonous and powerful sting. Only female tarantula hawks can sting. They have stingers that grow to about 1/3 of an inch long, and the sting is known to be one of the most painful insect stings in the entire world. They have long legs with hooked claws, so they are able to drag their prey. Males have straight antennae, while females have curly antennae. Tarantula hawks can be found in desert areas of the Southwest and North America. Specifically, they centralize near the inside of the Grand Canyon because that is where their prey is most commonly found. Interestingly, they are most active during summer days. However, they do not like extreme heat. Tarantula hawks are not very aggressive, especially the male. They cannot sting and therefore are completely harmless. While the female can produce a vicious sting, she is very tentative to do so. Females will only sting for certain when they spot a tarantula. Females hunt low to the ground in search of their prey. Once a tarantula is spotted, the female will strike the spider's web, making the tarantula think they have discovered prey. In reality, is actually the opposite, and the tarantula hawk stings the tarantula right in between the legs, paralyzing it. The female paralyzes the tarantula so that she can drag it to her burrow and lay egg in its abdomen. The female then blocks her burrow so the spider will not escape. Once the egg hatches, the larva will begin to feed on the tarantula for about a month until the tarantula is completely eaten and the larva has transformed into an adult. Adult tarantula hawk's diet consists of pollen, flour, nectar, and the juice of fruits and berries. Okay, I just made that.
I think it's very interesting that both of the species are very intimidating just in their looks alone, but both seem to be somewhat tentative. It doesn't seem like either species tries to go out of their way to cause harm and most likely would like to avoid conflict. If conflict were to arise, I believe the emperor scorpion would have the upper hand. The scorpion is about 4 times the size of the tarantula hawk, giving it pretty substantial size advantage. Even though the tarantula hawk can fly and packs a big punch with its stinger, I don't think it would be an issue for the scorpion as they are used to hiding and surprising their prey. The scorpion also has a hard and tough exterior, so the tarantula hawk would have a very tough time effectively stinging the scorpion. Also, with its great strength in their claws and sneaky agility, the emperor scorpion would have would just have to surprise and crush the tarantula hawk, and the rest would be history. Emperor scorpions feed on insects, while the tarantula hawks primarily target tarantulas and feed on the pollen and nectar. This would give the scorpion big advantage because they would see the tarantula hawk as possible meal, while the tarantula hawk would most likely not even be aware of the scorpion.
I also find it interesting that both insects are tentative by nature. It doesn't really seem like these two would ever cross paths, being that the tarantula hawk is active during the day, while the emperor scorpion is active by night. However, if they were to come into contact and a battle was to occur between them, it would be very interesting to watch. You do bring up some good points about the emperor scorpion being the larger competitor, yet the tarantula hawk has a huge advantage by being able to fly. You mentioned that the emperor scorpion likes to hide and surprise attack their prey, but they are used to their prey being on the ground. Since the tarantula hawk has the ability to fly, they have the upper hand and will be able to see the scorpion first, therefore being able to surprise attack. The tarantula hawk is used to preying on larger insects, so they won't be intimidated when they see the scorpion. In fact, their attention will most likely be piqued when they see the scorpion because its structure shares a resemblance to a tarantula. Even though the emperor scorpion has a tough exterior, there are parts of tissue that are exposed through the cracks of the exoskeleton. My time's up.
I can see how the tarantula hawk could use flying to its advantage, but they have a bird's eye view because they have the bird's eye view and can spot the scorpion first. But I don't think this would be a massive issue for the emperor scorpion. The emperor scorpion does a great deal to conceal themselves under debris, leaves, and other bugs. What gives the emperor scorpion the advantage is the ability to sense vibrations. They have sensory hairs on their pincers and tails that allow them to feel vibrations not only on the ground but also in the air. The scorpion would be able to sense the tarantula hawk flying just by feeling the vibration, giving it the advantage over the tarantula hawk. Also, I think we have to consider the weather and climate as a factor. If this battle were in a hot and humid environment, the emperor scorpion would have a clear advantage because the tarantula hawk does not do well in extreme heat. Because they're so used to extreme habitats, I believe the emperor scorpion would also have the advantage of adapting to different climates and environments as well as compared to the tarantula hawk. Scorpions can endure temperatures below freezing and can endure extreme heat of deserts. Whether this fight was in the freezing cold or extreme heat, I think the emperor scorpion holds the advantage in any climate because the ability to survive.
Okay. You bring up many good points. Emperor scorpion has the ability to sense vibrations of its prey, but does that include prey that is in the sky, or do they only sense vibrations of prey on the ground? This would be important to look into because if they cannot sense vibrations in the sky, then the tarantula hawk would still be able to sneakily approach the scorpion, giving it an upper hand. Even if the emperor scorpion was able to get the first strike in a battle, I think the tarantula hawk would be able to effectively defend itself. Once the tarantula hawk senses a threat, they will be on defense mode, ready to move in with their stinger in order to protect themselves. The sting from a tarantula hawk is extraordinarily painful and is able to completely paralyze tarantulas, which in some cases are larger than an emperor scorpion. Therefore, it begs the question of whether a sting from the tarantula hawk would produce a similar effect on the scorpion.
Ultimately, it would be very unlikely for these two to ever match up. But if they ever did, I would love to see the results. My money would have to be on the emperor scorpion because of its size, ability to hide and ambush, its strength, and ability to adapt to different climates. Being able to sense where the tarantula hawk is just by feeling the vibration gives the scorpion a big advantage, especially since the insects are a food source and preyed on by the emperor scorpions. Regardless of who wins in this hypothetical fight, there's very important research regarding emperor scorpions and their venom. A molecule of the venom called scorpine has anti-malarial and antibacterial qualities and can be very important in treating humans. Studying the emperor scorpion and specifically their venom is very important because there can be great health and economic benefits for humans. Figuring out how to effectively use the scorpine to combat malaria and other bacterial diseases is something that could greatly benefit the world.
I completely agree that it would be a rare occurrence for these two competitors to ever meet up in the real world. It would be an exciting battle to watch for sure. I don't believe there are any known cases of this kind of fight between these two insects ever happening before. Therefore, I would stay defending the side of the tarantula hawk because we don't know for certain what would happen if a fight did take place. I think the ability to fly and produce a vicious sting would be enough to win this battle. Both insects are incredibly unique in their own ways, and in a lot of ways, I think they share similarities. In regard to research, I think the behaviors of the tarantula hawk are very interesting to study and observe. Based on my research, I don't believe there are any benefits from the tarantula hawks to human society. Therefore, I think research on these insects is more about studying their living patterns.